Hook, the real battle isn't out there, it's in here. Every single morning before you face the world, you face yourself. That reflection in the mirror, that's the enemy. Not your boss, not your past, not your circumstances, because every time you hesitate, every time you doubt, every time you let fear talk louder than purpose, you lose ground in the war within. You tell yourself, I'm tired. You tell yourself, maybe tomorrow. But deep down, you know the truth. Tomorrow is just another word for never. The world isn't holding you back. The mirror is. The only thing standing between where you are and where you could be is your mindset, your habits, your own self-sabotage. You've been fighting everyone else, trying to prove them wrong, when the one person you should have been proving wrong is yourself. The version of you that gave up. The version of you that settled. The version that said, I can't. You have to declare war on your excuses. You have to stare that weak version of yourself dead in the eyes and say, not today. Because once you win that battle, once you conquer you, the world can't stop you. The truth is simple. You don't need more motivation. You need more fight. It's time to stop running from the mirror and start becoming the man staring back at you. Hook. Comfort is the enemy of progress. You crave success, but you live in comfort. You want the throne, but you refuse the battlefield. That's why so many dreams die before they even begin. Comfort is the silent killer of greatness. You see, comfort whispers lies. It says you've done enough. It says take it easy. It says you deserve to rest. And before you know it, that soft pillow becomes your prison. Listen, every legend you admire and every champion, every leader, they had to bleed for it. They had to sacrifice peace for purpose. Because nothing worth having ever comes easy. Comfort feels good until you realize it's costing you your destiny. Growth only happens in resistance. Strength is born in struggle. Lions don't get stronger by sleeping under the sun. They sharpen their claws in the hunt. The problem is you've forgotten how to fight. You've built walls of convenience around yourself and you call it balance. But balance without hunger is just stagnation dressed in disguise. You must step into discomfort. Seek it, embrace it. Because every moment you spend avoiding pain, you also avoid progress. The fire that builds you will burn, but it will also forge you. So stop choosing easy. Stop choosing safe. The life you want lives on the other side of pain. Hook. Every excuse you make is a chain around your neck. You say you don't have time. You say you don't have energy. You say the world isn't fair. But listen closely. Those aren't reasons, they're excuses. Every excuse you make tightens the chain. Every time you justify failure, every time you play the victim, you forge another link that locks you where you are. Your excuses feel comfortable because they protect your ego. They let you blame something else instead of owning your weakness. But those same excuses are the reason you're still stuck. You're not trapped by circumstance, and you're trapped by comfort, by fear, by the need to stay safe. Every I can't becomes a wall between you and the life you could have lived. You don't need more opportunities. You need accountability. You don't need a lucky break. You need to stop breaking your own promises. Excuses are the language of the weak. Discipline is the language of the strong. And right now, you have to decide which one you'll speak. Tear those chains apart. Replace I can't with I will. Replace someday with now. Because no one's coming to save you. No one's handing you purpose. You want freedom? You earn it. With sweat, with pain, with persistence. Stop feeding your excuses. They're eating your future. Hook. Motivation fades. Discipline remains. You're not always going to feel inspired. You're not always going to feel strong. Some days you'll wake up empty, with nothing left in the tank. And that's when it matters most, because motivation is fragile. It burns hot and dies fast. But discipline is the eternal flame when it's dark, when you're alone, when life hits you harder than you thought possible. Discipline whispers, keep going. It's not about feeling ready. It's about showing up when you're not. That's where greatness lives. That's where men are forged. You think warriors feel fearless? No, they move despite fear. You think success feels easy? No, it feels like sacrifice. It feels like 5 a.m. alarms and 11 p.m. grinds when no one's watching. The truth is, the world doesn't care how you feel. Results don't care about emotions. The gym doesn't care if you're tired. Your dreams don't care if you're sad. Only discipline wins every single time. So build habits stronger than feelings. Commit harder than your mood. Because emotion changes, a commitment doesn't. You don't need a reason to move. You just move. That's what separates the weak from the relentless. When the fire inside fades, keep walking. When motivation dies, discipline takes the throne hook. At the end of the day, it's always you against you. Forget the competition. Forget comparing yourself to anyone else. The truth is, your only opponent lives in your own mind. When the world doubts you, that's easy. You can use their disbelief as fuel. But when you doubt yourself, when your own reflection tells you you're not enough, that's the real battle. It's not about beating others. It's about becoming better than who you were yesterday. Stronger, smarter, sharper. You want to be a king? Then master your kingdom, your mind, your habits, your discipline. Because the crown doesn't belong to the loudest man in the room. It belongs to the one who mastered silence, who fought battles no one saw and still rose undefeated. You versus you. That's the fight that defines your legacy. Will you let fear rule you, or will you rule over it? Will you let doubt break you, or will you break through it? The world owes you nothing, but you owe yourself everything. Your respect, your commitment, your best. Every time you rise when it's hard, you win. Every time you push when no one claps, you win. Because real victory isn't public, and it's personal. So look in that mirror one more time. That's your rival. That's your ally. That's your destiny. And when you finally conquer him, you'll realize the truth. It was never the world holding you back. It was always you vs you.